Hello, welcome back to day 5 in the 4 Bodies Challenge. Today we are exploring and getting curious about the emotional body. Now, I'm sure that you will all agree that our emotions are important because how we feel is our experience of reality. And at the end of the day, all of us want to feel our best. The reason why we do anything, the reason why we want anything, is because we think that it will make us feel good or make us feel better in some way. Today we're going to explore how to manage emotions in 3 different ways. As you may know, our emotions are created by our thoughts. So thoughts and emotions are really closely linked. But throughout our lives, a lot of our emotions have not been successfully processed and released, which means we can experience triggers in our day-to-day life. So we can be triggered to feel a certain emotion, and this emotion will feel even more intense and more powerful than maybe the actual situation it is in response to. And this is just because we have this emotion still in our body and the situation has activated it. So it's really important that we understand this, and moving forward we have processes and practices that can help us to release these emotions and remove them from our physical body, because they are going to cause us physical problems in the body, make us ill, and continue to fuel our thoughts. So we can end up in this thought and feeling loop where our feelings fuel our thoughts fuel our feelings, and it's very hard to get out of this sometimes. So there has to be a lot of awareness, and we need to understand this and take back our power when it comes to our emotions. The 3 processes I like to view are the act of recognizing and accepting the emotion. So being aware when that emotion comes up. Often what happens is we completely skip this step. We are not even aware, but we subconsciously will distract ourselves. So this is why you might find yourself picking up your phone or eating when you're not hungry, because we have these methods of distraction so that we don't have to go into the uncomfortable emotions. So the first process is to accept and to actually feel and go into the emotion rather than distracting ourselves from it. Also, the way to accept it is to remember that the emotion is simply energy. That's all it is, and it feels a lot more intense than that, and it feels personal. But if you can start to view it like we did yesterday, as separate, like we were viewing the thoughts as separate to us, if you can view this as purely a sensation that you're experiencing in the body, then this helps you to create that separation, and this reminder that it's just energy lets you know that it will pass. The second part of this process is release. Once we have recognized and accepted that the emotion is there, we can work on releasing it. And there's so many different ways that you can do this. Just the act of being present with the emotion can be enough to release it. You can become aware of where that emotion actually sits in your body when you get really in tune with your body. And then you can also use movement practices for release. Yoga is one of these. So we hold emotions in our hips. So hip work can be really good for releasing emotions. We are going to do a very simple breathing technique today to release emotions, but get curious about this, explore the different ways you can do this. There are some incredibly powerful breathwork practices that can help you release a lot of past trauma from your body. The third process is taking control and taking power of your emotions moving forward. This is about stepping into the energy that you want to feel and not trying to get that from outside of you, but being able to create it and cultivate it from within you. And this is something that we can all do, but we've become accustomed to reacting to circumstances outside of us and believing that this is the way that we feel good. When somebody treats us in the right way, when something good happens to us in our outside reality, when we have a good hair day or anything that is external, it can impact how we're feeling, but actually when we work on cultivating these feelings and emotions from within, that's when we attract more of these circumstances in our external reality that make us feel good. And this is so important and not to be overlooked. If you work on programming yourself with these states of being, these emotions, you're going to feel them more often, you're going to be less affected by things outside of you, and you'll start creating circumstances that bring these emotions to you even more, amplify them, and you're going to feel just so much better in your reality. To explore these processes, these elements, we will do a short meditation. I'd like you to begin by getting comfortable in a seated position and closing down the eyes. Taking a deep breath in through your nose and releasing with a sigh out through the mouth, dropping into the body, allowing your shoulders to relax down and the muscles in your forehead to soften. Start to become aware of the breath, following it through its journey. As you relax more and more with each exhale. Start to take your awareness down through the body from the crown of the head, moving slowly down to the tips of the fingers and toes. As you do this, notice any sensations in the body. Notice if any emotions are present within you in this moment. There might be something strong or something subtle, and you might be able to identify what that emotion feels like. Or you might just notice it as a sensation without labeling what it is exactly. There's no right or wrong. Acknowledge that this feeling is energy, and just recognize where it sits in the body. Notice as you observe any emotions if your mind is doing anything in particular. Be curious about the activity in the mind as you sit with how you're feeling. If there are any feelings there, no matter if they're uncomfortable or not, allow yourself to go into them fully. Do this without adding any thoughts. Just allowing yourself to be present with the breath as you feel whatever is there within the body and within your energy. If you notice any thoughts fueling the feelings, see if you can create some space by connecting back to the breath and letting go of a need to continue to feed those thoughts. This practice is part 1, acceptance, acknowledgement. The act of going fully into emotions and allowing yourself to feel them is the best way to bring them to the surface so that you can let them go. The trick is to do this without adding the mind activity to fuel them or add more energy to them. Part 2 of this process is release, and to do that we are going to do a simple breathing technique. Set the intention now to release anything that needs to be released, any energy, any emotions that are stuck in the body. This could be an emotion that you've identified. It could be anything, and just know that your body knows what needs to be released, and that is all you need to do. Simply set the intention. To do this releasing process, we are going to breathe in deeply through the nose and release out through the mouth. As you release through the mouth, pursing the lips as if blowing out a candle, and really pushing the air out with some force, as if you are pushing away that which you are releasing. Let's do the first 3 breaths together. Breathing in fully, filling your lungs, feel your belly expand, and pause at the top. Feel that energy build, and then exhale out through the mouth. Pushing out every last bit of air. Breathing in. And let it go. And breathing in. Fill your lungs with as much air as you can. Pausing. And release. Now just take a natural breath in and out. Continue this breathing technique for the next minute. Deeply breathing in and then releasing as you force out the air, pushing away whatever it is that you're releasing. Feeling your body becoming lighter with each exhale. That's it. Well done. For part 3 of the meditation, we are going to focus on creating the feelings, the emotions, the energies that we want to experience. We have this power to program our body, our nervous system, with the states of being that we want to feel, that we want to embody. And the more that we work on this practice of connecting to and cultivating these feelings, the more they become our natural state of being, the more we experience them, and this becomes our point of attraction for more experiences to match those feelings. Based on your desire that you connected to yesterday, or any desire that you have in this moment, I'd like you to identify one core emotion, the feeling that you believe you will have when you achieve this desire. Accomplishment, freedom, wealth, bliss, love, or maybe confidence. What would it feel like to have that right now in this moment? Can you tune into that feeling? Take yourself to that moment, the moment in which you have your desire. Focusing on your breath, begin to breathe that feeling in. You can use visualization or affirmations to make the energy behind this even stronger. Visualizing anything that helps you to feel deeply this moment when your desire is yours. Affirming how you feel. Embodying this future version of yourself as you breathe in deeply, filling your body with this beautiful feeling. Feeling it run through every cell in your body. Breathing down the body, sending it into every corner. And now asking your body, commanding your body to double this feeling, to triple this feeling, to make it run through every cell in your body with even more intensity with every breath in. Feel it in your heart space. Feel it in your arms and legs. Feel it in your torso. Feel it spreading all the way into your fingers and your toes. Feel it moving up towards the crown of your head. And feel deep gratitude for this emotion and your ability to strengthen it, cultivate it inside of you. Feel your own power. And take one more deep breath in. And one more big sigh as you exhale. Beautiful. Take a moment to notice how you feel. You'll end the practice here. When you're ready, gently move the body and blink open the eyes. Thank you so much for joining me in this practice. Have a wonderful rest of your day.